for the record.
You've found Adventitious, where a dad and his two sons take on the world's problems one podcast at a time. Hey, this is Adventitious here. This is Wonko.
This is Ford.
And I'm Zaphod.
And we are starting this new podcast here and hoping you'll enjoy it. Zaphod, tell us what Adventitious means.
It's just like completely random, just no order to it. It's crazy.
Which is a really good explanation, I think, of what we're going to try and be doing here. I'm the dad. These are my boys. And our hope is we'll have some conversations, but then we'll also have some other things that we do on this channel. And we'll just see how it goes as we go along. So hang on for the ride. All right. So I think I'm going to start out this one with the thing that's kind of been obsessing everyone this week.
Let me take a guess. Is it Pokeman Go?
Oh, you think? That might be the discussion we'd want to have at the moment?
Yeah, probably.
Why would we want to do such a thing?
Maybe because I don't know a single person who doesn't have the app.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I kind of hate Pokemon, but the app and the technology is what entices me to play it. Just because it's so, like... it combines, like, all of modern gaming, like, technologies, like the augmented reality and using GPS to follow you, and it's pretty much like revolutionized mobile gaming, I think.
I do have to tell you though, as interesting as the augmented reality is, it's actually a pain in the neck in the game. Mm-hmm. I've turned it off, and I find it to be both distracting and unnecessary.
It can sometimes make it a little easier to catch them, because you can like move it to the bottom of the screen, so it's easier to get the ball to go as far, but...
Yeah, I just turn it off because, to be honest, it's usually easier.
I agree. For me, it's a lot easier. All right, so what have you thought of it so far?
There's a lot of room for improvement. It's getting... I mean, it's a good game, but there's a lot of room for improvement. There are so many bugs and glitches and stuff, and it makes sense because it's a new game, but... Yeah, it's there's a lot of room for improvement.
Okay, what specifically?
Well, the fact that their servers go down every like every so often is extremely annoying. And
okay, I have to say, this morning I woke up and servers were down, and it was like, seriously,
Poodle
Saturday?
Corp.
Are you kidding me?
It's Poodle Corp. They hacked them. They've been hacking YouTubers and stuff and changing all of the names on their videos to hacked by Poodle Corp. It's completely evil. But anyway, I actually didn't think they'd have the resources to be able to DDoS something because they have stuck to hacking passwords usually, not other forms.
All right, Zaphod, where are you at in the game?
I'm level 10, I think. Almost 11. I've had to miss out on a lot of Pokemon because I was trying to catch a Golbat, and it took like 50 balls, and then I just gave up on it because I wasn't going to waste any more, and I'm at like 30 Pokeballs right now, so I'm trying not to waste them on all the crappy Pokemon, so haven't been leveling up quite as fast as I would like.
I think I'm almost 12, like 100 or so away from 12.
How does that work? 100 or so away from 12.
100 XP.
Oh, okay. I was going to say you're negative 88. Well, I got 9 today, but I've only been playing for about a day, so I felt like that was reasonably good. Yeah, as I said, I don't know that the augmented reality thing is interesting. I'll say as a parent, the actually making you have to move to get to things, I think is interesting.
I won't say anything. Never mind. Continue.
What? No. Speak.
I was going to say it does get parents outside too.
You say that, and you say how there are friends of yours that you've seen outside.
It's so
that you've never
true.
seen outside.
It's so true. So all of my friends have, well, not all of them. Many of my friends have, like, ended up becoming homeschooled or getting online school, that kind of thing. And all of a sudden I hadn't seen them other than a few quick Steam messages and stuff. And I hadn't seen them until, like, now. They're just, all of a sudden I'll be walking around playing Pokemon and just see them at the park or something. And I'm just like, I haven't seen you in forever.
Now, here's my question. Is it that they haven't been in the park before, or is it that you're out and seeing them in the park?
I guess
I go out a lot of times, though. More than a lot of people, okay?
Okay, Howard Hughes, you do go out more than he did. I will grant you that.
Can you explain who Howard Hughes is?
And you have fewer chickens in the playroom. So,
can you explain who Howard Hughes is?
Oh my goodness, this is painful. Okay, I have a feeling this is going to be a consistent issue on this podcast because
you do make a lot of dated references.
I don't think that would be
you
dated.
are quite dated.
That isn't dated.
Oh! We need a hashtag wrecked, sound effect. MLG air horns. Yeah, we should add that.
I'll be nice because I could come back on that one real fast.
Yeah, you could.
Guys. But Howard Hughes was Tony Stark. Tony Stark's dad.
Like the guy who plays it, or the guy?
No, Stark.
Tony Stark in Iron Man. His dad,
Howard
Stark, is essentially a prototype of what Howard Hughes was. I mean, he was an inventor. He flew airplanes. The Spruce Goose he designed, which was a
that
giant
thing from
wood
Phineas Ferb.
It's so funny how many of those things are just like aglet. Nobody knew that word until Phineas and Ferb.
Yeah. So anyway, but what happened was late in his life, he ended up holing up in a hotel room in Vegas, and by the time he died, he had long, scraggly hair. I mean, this is a guy who could have any woman on the planet he wanted, and was just like, he was a genius, both economically and technically, and like long fingernails that had never been cut. And he was like bottles arranged in weird patterns on the floor, and like he'd just gone completely psycho. They were having, the stories about him are legendary. Anyway, he would never leave the room, famously, and lived in this hotel room exclusively. So when I bring up a Howard Hughes reference, that's what I'm referring to.
Okay.
He was a hermit in the greatest sense of it. So anyway, yes, I do think you've got friends that are getting out more. I think you're getting out more too, though. And yes, I'm getting out more, but I tend to use the golf cart. So, and if I drive the golf cart at about half speed, it thinks I'm walking, and that's the trick. It has to think.
Don't tell people that, or they'll patch it.
Okay, now I am going to give one exploit I have found.
You don't want to get it patched, okay? You don't want to get it patched. They might remove support for older devices or something.
I don't know how.
There's no way that they could patch this.
They could just remove support for older devices.
The only way
it's because it's an iPad.
It's more just.
How about we let him tell
device.
the exploit before we start arguing about it?
Yeah.
That might help the viewers.
So here's what I found. The GPS signal on an iPad is far less accurate than on an iPhone. And so you tend to jump around a lot, which has you walking around a lot. So if you go for a walk and have your iPad tracking you for a minute, and then you come back, well, it continues to think you're walking every time the GPS signal changes. So last night I laid my iPad down and let it just keep going. And by the time I woke up in the morning, voila, I'd walked so far that both of my eggs had hatched. So I think that that's a worthy thing to understand and know.
What level of eggs were they? 5K? With the 2K.
I don't have a clue. Yeah, they were 5K. Yes, they were.
See,
5K.
you should try doing a 10K tonight and see how far it actually does walk.
That would be really interesting, except for the fact that I don't have any 10K.
You don't?
Mine are all. I've got 1, 2, 2Ks, and the rest are all 5K. Ooh, I forgot to restart an incubation though.
All right, I have a game that I'm extremely excited for. I think so it's already out. It's called No Man's Sky. Let me check because I can't remember if it was like, I don't think it's completely released yet, but it is so cool. Basically, you like get it infinitely generates a universe and planets in those universes and galaxies, and then it makes on those planets really like its own creatures and its own like terrain and stuff, and every one of them is different. The way that they have the engine set up, it's like everything is always different. And so you just go and just explore, and there's like tons of people on servers, and you can join factions and take over planets and claim them as your own. And then like it's going to be one of the most hardware intensive games probably to this date, to be honest. But is it going to be hardware intensive on the client side or on the server side? Probably both. That's the thing. Because the graphics are just insane. It's like they're kind of like artistic styling, but it's just insane the way that they have it. And you look at some of the creatures, and it's like they're just fascinating. I can't wait for it. And a lot of the planets will have their own, like, from what I understand, they'll have their own history that has happened on them, and you can go explore the history. I might not be right on that, but that's, from what I've heard, that's what it is. I think it's going to be one of the coolest games that have been made in a long time.
All right. You got anything else game-wise?
There's one game we all enjoy to play. It's Unturned. If you haven't heard of it, it's a free Steam game. It's kind of like the love child of Minecraft and DayZ. So it's like the style of DayZ, as in it's a zombie survival game, but it's got more of the graphics of Minecraft, so it's kind of blocky, but that allows it to run on pretty much any computer, but it's still really fun to play.
Yeah, I play DayZ a lot, and so Unturned is more of a kind of chill zombie apocalypse game. It's starting to become more and more realistic, which I'm not terribly happy about, but it's like when I'm not in the mood for going in and just playing DayZ, looking for a firefight, and I'm looking for more of a fast-paced kind of like not complex game. Like I play Unturned just because it's.
I like it just because it's basic. I don't want to have to think through all the. And not only that, my laptop's. I've got an Ultrabook, and the integrated graphics tend to choke on bigger games.
Oh man, trying to run DayZ on Intel integrated graphics in an i3. Nobody knows that struggle until they've tried it. I run 30 frames per second on 0.59, like the version 0.59, and 0.60 I think I run like 45, but yeah, it's a struggle.
I don't know if you guys have seen much on the new Unturned update. Have you guys seen what it added?
No, I haven't got on it today.
What they've added is, with the mega zombies, there was a exploit where people would stand, so there's military bases on the maps, and there's like the walls that you can get up onto. So people would stand up there, but then the mega zombies can't hit you, so you can just stand there and shoot it in the head and kill it. The mega zombies are supposed to be super hard to kill, and they have super rare loot, and that kind of ruins the point of having them in the military bases. So they gave it a thing where it can pick up rocks off the ground and throw it at you, which prevents you from being able to do that. And that I understand, but they also added fire zombies that spawn on fire. And when you kill them, they explode in a fireball, catching other zombies on fire. And they also added cloaking zombies that when you go near them, they go invisible with a purple glow. Can't talk right now. But I don't like that.
See, my problem is
there's too much crap in this game now.
He's building it up too much. He had a game that was really good. It was simple. When he started adding stuff like sway when you were aiming and drift and all that.
That was kind of when it started going downhill.
It was kind of like, okay, I get why you did it, but that isn't why people play this game. This is not supposed to be a simulator. This is supposed to just be fun. And
I think when he added the nearby items thing in your inventory for picking stuff up, that was kind of when it started to turn and start copying tons of stuff from DayZ.
I did like that though.
I liked it. I loved it, but that was kind of about when it started turning.
There have been a lot of good features that he's added though.
I think that
like
the Russia
with building bases, the features he's added for that and stuff, those have been great.
I think the Russia update's gonna be crazy awesome. It's gonna be very hardware intensive though, from what I've heard.
Honestly, I basically play the creative servers, and it's interesting because the one I play, they've turned off all the zombies.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Dang.
So now it's just mano a mano the whole way, which is fun. I definitely like sniping, and that's always a good thing. Though I will say this, something I started doing was I got the mini-me, and I put a scope on it and a laser sight.
Mini-me? Mm-hmm. Is that a mod?
Yes, it's a workshop item.
Okay, but it's a submachine. Well, it's a machine gun, like a squad weapon. But then you put the scope on it, so you can do 3-round bursts or 4-round bursts at a distance with the scope. It actually works pretty slick as a sniper rifle. It's got a lot of kick, so it tends to go up. But the advantage of that is it tends to negate the bullet drop, because as you go up, well, then, the next bullet will hit. And if that one doesn't hit, well, then the next one will hit. So usually it pretty well has solved the bullet drop issue from there. So I like that.
So with the bullet drop thing, coming from somebody who plays DayZ, I have the DayZ bullet. DayZ has crazy bullet drop for anybody who hasn't played it before, and it is like it takes a while to get used to, because you have to actually like kind of learn with your eyes how to tell how far away something is, because you have to adjust the sight for range, and you have to account for the distance and stuff, and then depending on what gun and what scope you have, it could hit it or it couldn't. There's okay, I'm gonna share this story. Friend 1, I'll call him that, was just playing DayZ, and I couldn't play because I was doing some other stuff, but he told me he found a group of 8 people, and they were all just casually walking across the field with no cover. They were all fully geared, like M4s and everything. This is on the new .60 update. And he has a Winchester with, like, I think he said 2 boxes of ammo. And he just sits there from 400 or 500. I can't remember which number it was. He just picks all of them off like flies. And he filmed it and like has a recording of it. And he showed me it. It was very, yeah, I feel bad for those people.
I think you had to be there.
Yeah, but it was...
And that's the problem with in-game stories. You generally had to be there for it to be totally awesome. But yeah, I get it.
Or at least see a video of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's like when you start picking off a whole group of people with the sniper rifle and Unturned, and I'm sitting there giggling like a schoolgirl, and yeah, that's fun. I like that. All right, so I think another topic we wanted to talk about were some of the movies that are coming out.
One that's coming out soon is Suicide Squad.
Oh man, I'm excited for that. I'm really excited. and one of my friends got pre-screening tickets, so I'm extremely mad at them. They got pre-screening tickets from Comic-Con, and are like from a Comic-Con email, and are able to see it the day before and get free like random stuff from Suicide Squad, like t-shirts and stickers and all that kind of stuff. But it's going to be really cool, I think. From the commercials, it's like, I'm not a huge DC fan. I'm more of a Marvel fan, but I think it's gonna be way cool.
So what are you thinking?
I think it will be good. I am kind of in the same boat. Marvel does a great job with their movies. DC hasn't been doing too well with their movies. They've still been good, but they haven't been Marvel good. But I do think that they will have done pretty well with this based off the trailers.
I will tell you this. In the Batman versus Superman, there was one highlight in that, and it was Wonder Woman. So I'm looking forward to that movie because I think she was really good in it. There's one particular scene where she gets beat down by the Beast, and she's down there and she looks up and it's like, oh, you're gonna fight.
Oh gosh, Dad.
She gets that look of, oh, this is gonna be fun. And it's like, oh yeah.
All right then.
And
Suicide Squad's going to be interesting, though. I think everybody's been dubious about Will Smith being in a
I think it's going to be awesome.
Everything I've seen so far, he seems to have nailed the role.
I mean, honestly, because he was great in. I mean, iRobot's kind of a superhero movie. I mean, not like
he
superhero,
did,
but it's
the one superhero movie. What's it called?
Oh, Hancock.
Yeah, I loved Hancock so much.
But okay, so here's one of the issues that I see with movies in general. There are two kinds of movies. There's movies, and then there's cinema. Okay? There's cinema. Those are the ones that win Oscars, and they're the ones that make you have to think, and they're important. And those
like
are good.
2001.
Those can be really good movies. What?
Like 2001.
Yes. 2001 falls definitely into that, and we will discuss that, I'm certain, as we progress along here.
Until we can get Ford to actually watch it.
Yeah, but he doesn't have an attention span for that.
What did you say?
But the problem I've got is a lot of really good movies. The critics pan them, and it's like, listen, I want to go to a movie to be entertained. If I walk out 2 hours later, and it was like I escaped from whatever, this was a good movie. I'm sorry, but Transformers movies are fantastic. I love watching Metal Crunch Metal. I think that sometimes the reviewers get a little full of themselves on it.
They do. It's really true. They kind of, yeah, you're right. They like think so highly of themselves that their opinion's the greatest and that they know what's best, kind of thing.
So I think there's the way I tend to rate movies is how many times I look at my watch during it. If I look at my watch multiple times,
I don't think I've ever looked at the time during a movie.
Oh, I do. If I start getting bored or if there's a slow spot in it, it's like, how far into the movie are we? How long till the popcorn runs out, you know? And that to me is almost the way I rate it. If I look at my watch more than a couple of times during a movie, that probably wasn't a very good movie because it didn't capture my attention for that whole time. So it means at some point I was coming out of the movie and into the real world again.
Yeah.
And that is a good movie tends to suck you into it.
I hate to relate this to video games again, but that's one of the things that I like about video games is they're like video games when they're really immersive. That's like, it's kind of the same thing. It's like DayZ. It's so immersive that like, yeah, it's, I don't know, but
I'll tell you one that a movie I'm excited about they just dropped another trailer for it today. Rogue One.
They did?
Oh, they did.
Oh, they also dropped a
new footage in it.
I didn't look that up. I'll look it up later.
Yes, it is well worth watching. There's actually some really interesting new footage. Some of the footage actually from their scene, there were spy photographs of some of the sets. And this is footage from those sets. And some really great explosions and things. And you could tell this is going to have a different feel than the other Star Wars movies. This is going to be...
It is different.
It's going to be more of a gritty, almost war film.
I think that's going to be great, though, because, like, Revenge of the Sith was as close to that as you could get with the gritty, like, war film kind of thing. And I think this is... Because I loved Revenge of the Sith. I grew up with the first
Prequels.
1, 2, and 3 movies.
The prequels.
The prequels coming out, like, when I was a kid. And honestly, the Revenge of the Sith... Everybody gives me crap for it, but I think Revenge of the Sith is probably my favorite movie. I
love it, and
I
think all the people who give 1, 2, and 3 a hassle. Okay, yeah, he spent way too much time on intergalactic politics.
I don't mind that.
I didn't really mind it, but it was.
I think they were good movies. Was Jar Jar a mistake?
I never thought of Jar Jar.
Yeah, I didn't either until somebody pointed it out, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, he really is annoying. What have I been doing?"
That was kind of the whole point of him, though.
Yeah,
I mean, he was supposed to be annoying.
He was supposed to just kind of drive everybody insane. There's the theory that actually George Lucas kind of confirmed that he was supposed to be a Sith at first, but then it didn't work because of the public's opinion of who Jar Jar was.
See, now, I actually think he should have gone with it, because that would have vindicated him.
Mm-hmm. Would have made him, like, actually real. Maybe he's Snoke.
No, Snoke. That's not who Snoke is.
I think it's Plagueis. I still think that theory could be. I still think that theory could be valid, even though that they confirmed
Jar Jar is Snoke.
No.
Plagueis.
Darth Plagueis.
Yeah. He was, for those of you who don't know, he was Palpatine's master. There's a whole story behind it that you can...
And he is canon since he was mentioned in a movie.
Mm-hmm. I think that there's the trailer for Star Wars Rebels, and what's his name, dang it?
Grand Admiral
Thrawn? Thrawn, yeah, I think that's what it is. Let me look it up, because I don't want to get that wrong and then get hated by every Star Wars fan. Grand Admiral Thrawn. He's going to be the blue guy. He is, the stories of him are like the coolest, and I think that them reintroducing him into canon is going to be amazing. And there's also a theory that he is going to be in Rogue One after this, because they're happening at the same time as Star Wars Rebels. So
interesting.
That is true. They are happening right about the same time, but
so it's going to be like there's a huge theory that Admiral Thrawn could be the main villain, along with Grand Moff Tarkin, if they do decide to put him in too. Which I'd be really excited to see him with some screen time.
Yeah, my understanding is Tarkin's supposed to get some screen time, and they've actually, I mean, they haven't shown any footage, but they went through supposedly, and this is all obviously rumor and everything, but supposedly they went through old movies of his, I can't remember the actor's name now. But they go through movies of his from the past just to get his gait. And
is he still alive?
Oh no, he died.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So it's going to be all
he'd be
CG.
way too old for the role anyway.
One thing that I didn't like about Star Wars 7 was that it kind of sounds, I don't know, but there wasn't very much CG in it, and I didn't like the CG in a Star Wars Episode 7. The CG that they had, the little CG that they had, I didn't really like it. And
the little CG they had, there was a lot of CG.
Well, compared to other Star
there
wasn't
Coruscant level CG.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
But
they were filming the way that they were doing it with filming it on
I liked
like
that.
Earth, like with Earth
And
settings,
this
I wasn't
is
as
where Ford goes rogue.
yeah.
He's the rogue
I
one.
didn't particularly like that aspect of Star Wars 7. I don't like how they filmed it in like Earth settings. I think they should have done more CG with that and make it feel more Star Wars. I don't know.
And I think the fact they used fewer green screens actually helped the movie dramatically. I think that it
Made it
gave
seem
it
more real.
ambiance and gave it a feel that you have a very difficult time getting with green screen. And I think that people were able to interact with the backgrounds and the sets in a way that was very different than what they were able to with green screens. I think that was in some ways part of the problem that people have with the
Prequels.
episodes 1, 2, and 3. A lot of what happened in those was green screen, and I think the actors had a bit of a struggle really engaging with what was going on because they couldn't see it.
Well, the way that they are doing movies with CG like that now is they do the little ping pong ball suit things, and that's so that they can get they can pretty much CG everything. Yeah, but they can do the surroundings with the characters when they're like that. I'm pretty sure.
Well, okay, and that's why they're able to film it in real sets versus having to do a full green screen.
Okay, never mind.
Anyway,
another movie that's coming out soon is Ghostbusters. That's getting a lot of
mixed reviews.
Yeah. We do have one friend who saw it.
Friend number 2.
who actually said that they really enjoyed it and it was a really good movie. But
see, now I haven't heard any mixed reviews of it. Everything up until about a week ago was, oh no, it's going to be horrible. Oh no, it's going to be horrible. Oh no, it's going to be horrible. And it was like the world was caving in around everybody who likes Ghostbusters. And then the minute people actually saw it, they went, oh my goodness, this is actually good. And now it may be a consequence of their expectations were set so low that they were shocked. But that said, they like it, and I haven't heard any negative reviews of it since of people who actually have seen it.
I've heard some friends, one other friend, who said they didn't like it, but he doesn't like anything. He's kind of emo, so
he's Mikey.
What? Another
parent reference. Mikey. He won't like it. He hates everything. Life cereal ads from back in the probably early 80s. Sorry.
Okay.
Those of you who get it. Those of you who don't. Just go watch a YouTube video.
Go watch a YouTube video. That's what they're probably doing anyway. I mean, they're watching us. Another movie that's coming out soon is Now You See Me. I'm pretty excited for that. I really like it.
Is it already out?
I don't know.
I think
it's out. I think it's out.
Oh yeah, I think it is. You're right. Is it?
And it.
I'm
actually.
Yeah, it is.
I liked the first one.
Now.
I thought it was fun. It'll be interesting to see where they take this one.
Yeah.
It was an interesting premise, and it had a nice little twist at the end that I thought was well done.
Seems to have a lot of good reviews.
Because that one also had a lot of negative press before it came out. There were a lot.
The original one or this one?
This one.
Yeah, I wasn't particularly
it's got
wanting to
7
see
out of 10
honest,
on IMDb and 33 on.
It interests me now. More recently, I kind of want to see it.
That one to me is a dollar theater movie.
It is.
That's when I want to see it in the theater.
But there's other movies that you want to see more. Right now.
And
there's so many good movies coming out. Like Bourne, I want to see that so bad. That's going to be
See,
isn't it already out? I think it just came out.
No, I think it did. I think it came out on the 12th ish.
So yeah, this is a good movie, a good summer for movies.
Yes.
I think we've got a lot of good ones to look forward to.
I do think they made a mistake with The Lastborn. It felt like it ended straight in the middle of the movie. I'm like, wait, is there like an intermission or something?
Yeah, it was driving me insane. When it ended, I just was like, really, there better be another one, and then they didn't do it. And I actually like Matt Damon. It was Matt Damon, wasn't it?
Matt Damon's current.
Oh,
he is
Who was
Jason Bourne.
Who's the guy that played him?
And then
who played the other?
It's the guy who played Hawkeye, right?
Yeah, I can't remember, but anyway, that movie for whatever reason.
Jeremy Renner.
Yeah, and I like him. His Grim one, whatever that was called. That one I wasn't as happy with. I thought it was a little beneath him. But the other movies he's been in, I've really liked him, and I liked him in the Bourne movie. I think he does a great job in the Marvel films as well.
Yeah.
So anyway, I think those are the movies we're really looking forward to that are coming down the pipeline that we're aware of. I have a feeling we'll be playing a lot of Pokemon Go over the next while. And as we get a little better handle on it, we may have some more discussions about that. What else do we want to talk about on this, our inaugural podcast, guys?
I don't know. Is there...
You got one, Wonko?
I don't want to get political because... Yeah.
That never ends well.
It never... Yeah, I think that's something we need to agree on. But,
Well, all right. We'll just call this one for today. Just know that we look forward to doing this on a regular basis and also throwing in some additional videos and things that we're doing of different interests. I've got a pretty extensive spy camera collection. I'll be probably doing some stuff with that. Ford and Zaphod probably will be bringing some... gaming videos and things to the channel.
And just some of our random projects that we do. We do tend to do
a
lot of those.
I'm probably going to do some... I've been setting up
calisthenics?
Cody stuff. Cody, former XBMC stuff, because I've been working on that a lot lately. There's not very many YouTube videos about it, so I'll probably do something with that to put some stuff out in the YouTube space, I guess.
We have a tendency to do things that are a little
eccentric.
Yeah, eccentric. But that's what makes life fun. So we'll go down that road and look forward to having you listen to our podcast and leave some comments. Let us know what you think. And hopefully as we get going forward here, we're going to have a little better handle on how to make this thing work. This is new to all of us. I think you'll find that we talk about a lot more than just movies and games too, though. That just happens to be where it was a good place to start out. So have a great one and have an adventitious day.
Remember to like, comment, and subscribe.
You can leave.